Istanbul, a city of unparalleled beauty, history, and culture, a bridge between continents, a meeting point of East and West. But beneath its vibrant tapestry lies a stark reality, a geological time bomb ticking away. Istanbul sits on the edge of a seismic abyss, the North Anatolian Fault, and experts warn that a major earthquake is not a matter of if, but when. The consequences of inaction are almost too terrible to contemplate. The city's unique geography, its dense population, and its aging infrastructure all combine to create a perfect storm of vulnerability. The potential human cost is staggering. The potential financial cost is equally immense. Yet amidst the warnings and the looming threat, there is still time to act, to prepare, to mitigate the worst of what is to come. The time for complacency is long past. The time for action is now. Scientists have long sounded the alarm about the inevitability of a major earthquake striking Istanbul. Their warnings are not based on speculation, but on hard data and years of meticulous research. Seismologist Nasi Gurur has been particularly forthright in his assessments, painting a stark picture of what awaits Istanbul. He estimates that over 100,000 buildings in Istanbul are at risk of collapse, potentially leading to hundreds of thousands of deaths. Geologist Prof. Dr. Telal Senghor echoes these concerns, emphasizing the urgent need for preventative measures. He warns of not only the initial earthquake, but also the potential for devastating tsunamis in the Marmara region. Their voices, along with those of countless other experts, form a chorus of concern that cannot be ignored. The potential impact of a major earthquake in Istanbul extends far beyond the initial tremors. The collapse of thousands of buildings would be catastrophic, trapping countless victims beneath the rubble. Emergency services would be overwhelmed, struggling to reach those in need amidst the chaos and destruction. Hospitals, already operating at capacity, would be inundated with the injured, their resources stretched to the breaking point. The economic fallout would be equally devastating, crippling businesses, disrupting trade, and setting back the city's development by years, if not decades. The sheer scale of the potential disaster is difficult to comprehend, but comprehend it we must if we are to adequately prepare. Turkey's turbulent seismic history is a stark reminder of the ever-present danger posed by its location. The North Anatolian Fault, one of the world's most active fault lines, slices across the country, a constant source of tremors and instability. Istanbul, situated precariously close to this fault, has witnessed numerous earthquakes throughout its long history. The 1999 earthquake, though centered in eastern Istanbul, served as a chilling wake-up call. A magnitude 4.7 quake, it claimed the lives of over 17,000 people and caused widespread damage. More recently, the devastating earthquakes that struck southeastern Turkey in February 2023, killing over 53,000 people, underscore the immense destructive power of seismic events. These events are not isolated incidents, but part of a larger pattern, a history etched in fault lines that demands our attention. The time for debate and discussion is over. The science is clear, the warnings are dire, and the potential consequences are too great to ignore. The time for action is now. Strengthening Istanbul's infrastructure is paramount. Buildings must be reinforced, particularly older structures that are most vulnerable to collapse. Building codes must be rigorously enforced to ensure that new constructions can withstand seismic activity. Equally important is the development of a robust and comprehensive emergency response plan. This plan must encompass everything from search and rescue operations to medical care, temporary housing, and the distribution of essential supplies. Beyond the rubble, the threat posed by an earthquake in Istanbul extends beyond the immediate impact of collapsing buildings and infrastructure. The city is home to numerous industrial sites, many of which handle hazardous chemicals. An earthquake could trigger fires, explosions, and the release of toxic substances, compounding the devastation and posing a significant threat to public health. The risk of tsunamis also looms large. A major earthquake in the Sea of Marmara could generate powerful waves capable of inundating coastal areas, causing further destruction and loss of life. Addressing these secondary dangers is crucial to mitigating the full spectrum of risks associated with a major earthquake. Lessons from tragedy, 1999 and beyond. The 1999 earthquake, while tragic, provided valuable lessons about Turkey's disaster preparedness and the vulnerabilities of its infrastructure. The government responded swiftly, but the scale of the disaster exposed shortcomings in rescue efforts, medical care, and the provision of temporary housing. The February 2023 earthquakes further highlighted these challenges, emphasizing the need for a coordinated national response system capable of mobilizing resources quickly and efficiently. These tragedies, while heart-wrenching, must serve as a catalyst for change, prompting a comprehensive reassessment of building codes, emergency response protocols, and public awareness campaigns. Preparing for an earthquake is not just the responsibility of the government, it is a collective responsibility that requires the active participation of all citizens. Public awareness campaigns are essential to educate residents about earthquake preparedness, including how to secure their homes, create emergency kits, and develop evacuation plans. Schools should conduct regular earthquake drills, ensuring that children know how to react calmly and safely in the event of a tremor. Community centers can offer training in first aid, search and rescue techniques, and the distribution of essential supplies. By fostering a culture of preparedness, Istanbul can empower its citizens to become active participants in their own safety. A call to action: securing Istanbul's future. The threat of a major earthquake in Istanbul is real, imminent, and potentially catastrophic. Yet, amidst the warnings and the looming shadows, there is hope. By heeding the warnings of scientists, investing in infrastructure improvements, and fostering a culture of preparedness, Istanbul can mitigate the worst of what is to come. This is not a time for complacency or procrastination. It is a time for decisive action, for collaboration, and for a shared commitment to securing the safety and future of this magnificent city. The responsibility rests on the shoulders of government officials, city planners, engineers, scientists, and every single resident. The time to act is now, before the earth trembles and the clock runs out.